Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum tac. Și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial. Restul voia sorții sus, mă cheamă propriu destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Simpim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare, mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit. Fiindcă avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Ce ale, nu știu ce să aleg. Dar ce ale. Nu te teme de moarte că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața. Du-te, ia legume fresh, fă-ți viața. Pune doar ce trebuie în trupul ăla ca un rasa. Niște mișcare ca să ungă carcasa. Binecuvântare nu e lumea prea razna. Alegerile noastre ne fac să simțim asta. Atât de multe drumuri eu, yeah. De alei. Dar ce ale.
Știi, avem o singură viață și
nu știu ce să aleg.
merită să ne stresăm în fiecare zi pentru toate mizeriile.
Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. One life. Learn it, love it, live it. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum tac. Și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial. Restul voia sorții sus, mă cheamă propriu destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Simpim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare, mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit. Fiindcă avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah.
Hey, hi and welcome everyone to another stream on this channel. Late stream on a Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining, really appreciate it. How are we for today? Obviously I think that we're going to have a lot of questions about our ranks. Hi Hallorsville, thank you so much for joining. Hi Hashiraktar, thank you so much for joining, really appreciated. How are you guys here? Sorry, it took a little to set up the stream. Um, as you may know, I usually don't stream midweek or something like that. I want to see, yeah, if you guys enjoy this type of stream, obviously I could make it weekly basis, maybe something like that, to try to stream after one game week is ended. So for an example, if some games are going to be played Monday night, maybe a Tuesday for a stream would be nice to see what happened in the previous game week, and obviously to try to prepare a little bit for the next game week. So yeah, please let me know if you would like to see that. I can't leave a message. YouTube is drunk. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't put up any restrictions, so pretty much everybody can put some messages. Hi, Florin. Also, thank you so much for joining. So hey Dennis, a below average week for me, got 48 because I didn't captain Salah, otherwise would have been on 54. I saw a lot of people on 54. I ended up on 55 points. So again, yeah, not the greatest start I would have wanted maybe, but obviously it's just game week 1, and I'm going to say that this a lot to anyone. It's just game week 1. Try to not panic too much. We knew, or at least I knew before, that some things are not going to go as planned for game week 1. So yeah, you just can't have you just can't pick all the good players, and obviously a lot of players who uh, did really well in game week 1 are not going to be amazing for the next few game weeks, I think. Now let's see what's going to happen. So yeah, Welbeck, Bowen, and Njaya disappointing. Yeah, hi Spidey, thank you so much for joining again on the stream. Good to see you here, man. And yeah, thanks a lot for being here. And how are you? Obviously, good evening, everyone. I'm not sure what hour is in your country, but here in Romania is 9 p.m. Um, so yeah, it's going to be, obviously, if we're going to do this stream every week, it's not going to be that long, like on deadline stream or something like that. Maybe something like 1 hour, something like that. Hi Lucas, thank you so much for joining, really appreciated. And also, how are you? So yeah, Bowen, Welbeck. For you, Harlotsville, I think that Welbeck is maybe the most disappointed player because he didn't start. Now with Bowen and Njaya, I think that you need to keep them a little bit. Again, everybody, if you are going to ask me to transfer this on that or that player, I just think that the best strategy for game week 1 is to just roll the transfer. Now, maybe it sounds boring, maybe not. I just think that it is really useful to try to relax a little bit, to not panic, because with just one game of football, it's really hard to predict what's going to happen. And again, some players who did really well in game week 1 are not going to do that well in game week 2, and I can guarantee you that there are going to be some examples. So yeah, doing great. And you, the same. I really need to see, I wanted to see if you guys would be interested to see if you would enjoy a stream midweek after the game week, after one game week finishes, obviously, so we can see what we learned maybe for game week 1. Yeah, something like that. Good. Regretting because I didn't choose Haaland. Yeah, again, it's really simple. Would have I preferred to have now Erling Haaland instead of Mohamed Salah? Yes, of course, but I made my choices. I'm not going to just sell Salah for a hit to buy Haaland, because I think that these situations can change really much. And guys, if you remember last season, Haaland started really well, then everybody sold him. I don't remember the scenario how it was last week, but last season. But obviously, a lot of people jumped on Salah, and then Haaland stopped scoring a lot of points. So again, it is really about the timing, because now obviously Haaland scored 2 goals. Yeah, I really would want to have him in game week 2 and captain him. But again, Salah could easily match him in against Newcastle away, so it's not such a big deal. I'm not upset with those decisions. I'm not upset with my team, because we're going to take a look into my team. I don't see a lot of players I'm really upset I picked. Now there are some, maybe I didn't think enough about them, but yeah. Any transfers, Dennis, or roll? Probably I'm just going to roll. You're going to see on my team selection maybe tomorrow or on Thursday. But again, let me just show you my team. I can decide between starting two of Mateta, Strand Larsen, and Ryan Deers for Gameweek 2. Your opinion? I think that I would start Mateta and Strand Larsen maybe, although it is really crazy right now to say to someone to bench Reinders after his debut. He was amazing, but again, I'm just not sure if he's going to score every gaming, probably not. So again, usually I would like to start Mateta and Strand Larsen. Now, if you're afraid of the ownership, or maybe you just think that Reinders is going to score again, maybe start Mateta and Reinders. But again, Strand Larsen on penalty against Bournemouth. Yeah, maybe against Bournemouth away is not the best fixture you want for a striker from Wolverhampton. So if you want to play it safe, start Reinders and Mateta, I would say. Yeah, I'm just going to show you my team now. I mean, how my team was in Gameweek 1. 55 points, not great. Again, as I said before, would have I preferred to have 80 or 90 points? Yes, of course. 4.2 million rank is not something amazing or something to brag about, but it's still Gameweek 1. And a lot of things are going to change. And obviously, guys, this season we have two sets of chips. I think that obviously that a lot of people pop their chips, I think, in Gameweek 1. And yeah, that's why also a lot of us are where we are at the moment. Yeah, I don't think that regretting is the best word to use it. I am frustrating also. I know that a lot of people are frustrating with their ranks in Gameweek 1. It is normal. It is a normal reaction, but yeah, I'm just trying to not panic and try to relax a little bit, because if we look onto my team. Okay, Sanchez, really happy with him. 8 points, amazing. Again, if that Eze goal stood up, now we would be talking about Sanchez being such a bad pick for Gameweek 1. So again, this is football. A lot of things can happen. Milenkovic again, conceded late. Pedro Porro, really happy with him. Just 6 points. I would expect maybe some attacking returns, but they played also against Burnley. So a lot of people talking about Spurs being that indestructible defense. Let's just calm a little bit and try to remember that they played against Burnley at home, the best fixture you can get probably in Gameweek 1. And yeah, I expect fully Tottenham to play a lot better this season than they were last season, but I just try to lower our expectations a little bit. If we're talking about Mohamed Salah, I'm not sad I've gone with Mohamed Salah, because if we think about Haaland scored 10 points, right? Let me just check. 1 second. Okay, so Salah scored 13 points and Mohamed Salah 8. So the difference is 5 points. Obviously, if you captain him, that's 10. Now, again, it is not such a big difference. I'm really happy that Salah returned, so no complaints about that. He's still the most expensive player in the game. If you really want to sell him at some point, I think that you can go to anyone, but I would not recommend anyone to make any transfers for Gameweek 2. Now again, with Reinders, really happy that I've gone with him. Again, if you didn't go with Reinders, I know it is really frustrating, because he is a player who, how he played in Gameweek 1, I think that we're going to see a lot more from him. Now here, Florin is a Manchester City fan, if I'm not wrong. So again, if you can tell us what's going to happen in the future, again, it's still Pep Guardiola. I'm still expecting maybe for Reinders to not play 90 minutes every game week. I think that's a good quote. But again, he played amazing. He's going to be great. He rised in price. He's 5.6 millions at the moment. So really happy I've gone with him. Palmer and Joao Pedro are two players I'm not really happy I've gone with. Now again, with Palmer, again, in the preseason he got his form back. Now in the game against Crystal Palace, I'm not going to lie, Palmer was horrible. He didn't get a lot of opportunities. I don't think that I remember any opportunities to score from Cole Palmer, so really disappointed with him. But again, if we judge that pick before Gameweek 1, I think that it is a decent pick, and I'm not sad that I picked Palmer. Now with João Pedro, it is a different situation because I put him just 2 or 3 days before the deadline, so all the preseason I was sure I was not going to go for João Pedro. I saw that a lot of people were going for João Pedro, and I just didn't see the hype about him. And again, he was really quiet in the game against Crystal Palace, but obviously I'm just not going to sell them before playing West Ham away, right? West Ham just conceded 3 goals against Sunderland, the new promoted side, and I know that Chelsea played not amazingly against Crystal Palace, but surely they can play better, and I can see some goals in that game. So of course, for these players, I'm just going to give them more games. With Watkins and Rogers, it is a little bit of a different situation because when I picked them, I knew that they had a tough fixture in Gameweek 1 against Newcastle. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. Now, I expected obviously some points from them, but I'm not sad about my picks because now they're going to play against Brentford away, and we just saw how bad were Brentford defensively against Nottingham Forest. So again, hopefully Rogers and Watkins are going to do something next game week. Richard, who was on my bench, really happy I picked him also on my team because Crystal Palace defended amazing against Chelsea. Obviously, I was never going to play him in my starting 11 because I had Aaron Wan-Bissaka, so a little bit disappointing for me to pick Aaron Wan-Bissaka because his fixtures are not going to be great in the future, but at least he rotates decent with someone like Richards. Mark Guyo, another player, again, it's looking like he's not going to get a lot of minutes playing for Sunderland because their striker Mayenda just scored against West Ham, and then he was subbed in, I think, subbed off for Isidore, the second strikers, and he also scored the goal. So yeah, not really funny about having Mark Guy. Delap looked better than João Pedro. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. He looked a little bit better in the last 15-20 minutes he had. I just don't think that now obviously it could happen. João Pedro could be benched against West Ham, but I'm just going to expect, and I'm expecting João Pedro to still start. Now I knew before that his minutes were not great, so yeah, right now I'm a little bit, if there is one pick I'm a little bit disappointed with me making for Gameweek 1 is probably João Pedro, because I could have just gone for someone like Strand Larsen, save 1 million, and again, he's also going to be probably on penalties and maybe upgrade somewhere else. But again, I'm sad about João Pedro. Yeah, the same. Now, let's see what's going to happen in Gameweek 2, Gameweek 3. Suddenly, if they're going to score in Gameweek 2, Palmer, João Pedro, they are not going to be such bad options. So maybe we're just going to keep them. Good player, but I don't know if you can score FPL points every Gameweek. Yeah, probably. As I said before, Reinders, amazing debut from a football perspective. He was great. I think that he's going to get some chances. Obviously, he's not going to score every game. That's what I think. Now, again, I'm trying to put myself in that position. If you have someone like Dewsbury Hall, if you have someone like Sarr, if you have someone like Rogers, if you have someone like Anderson, definitely I would not sell Anderson to Reinders. Especially now in Gameweek 2. After that, after 2, 3, 4 game weeks, everybody probably is going to have Reinders. But right now, it is too early to draw the conclusions. Anderson was really close to get those defensive contributions, was really close to match or even outscore someone like Reinders. And yeah, I just think that we should give it some time. Again, if you have someone like Rogers, if you have someone like Sarr, I would not rush to sell them to Reinders. Now, that's just how I play FPL. Obviously, maybe it's not the best way, but yeah. Should you switch Watkins for Ekitike? Hi, Luan. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Now, that's another really good example of players who were amazing in Gameweek 1. but try to just not draw the conclusions. At the moment, we have 2 weeks until the transfer market is going to be closed, and suddenly, if Liverpool are going to sign Isak, and I'm expecting them to do that, or at least to sign another offensive player, because if you watch the game Liverpool-Bournemouth, their bench was really thin and they didn't have a lot of options in attack. So obviously they had Chiesa, but surely they're not going to rely on Chiesa every gaming to save them. Liverpool are going to sign some players in attack, and they really want Isak. They don't want anybody else. And suddenly, if Isak is going to sign for Liverpool, Ekitike, let's be honest, Isak is going to start as a number 9 for Liverpool. So again, really nice, really fantastic that Etikite. If you had Etikite, that's amazing. You got a goal, you got an assist, and probably you're going to get some price rises. But right now is not the time to buy him. I just think that now, again, obviously, if you have him, you just keep him. But right now, to buy him before Newcastle and Arsenal, I would never do that. That's just how I play FPL. And again, I'm a Liverpool fan. I still expect Ekitike to get some minutes, obviously, even if Isak is going to sign for them. But it's just feeling like a knee jerk. But I agree with you. Ekitike looked amazing in Gameweek 1 for his first Premier League start. He looked great, and I think that he's going to get a lot of minutes as a Liverpool player. But again, it's just too early. That's what I would try to advise you to just relax and wait a little bit to see what's going to happen. Uh, so yeah, why people expect a player to score in every game, I don't understand. Joao Pedro Watkins didn't score around. Equal must sell. I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, probably not everybody is looking like that. Yeah, I understand. A lot of people who are not really active in FPL maybe are playing right now, and I understand the frustration. Again, I had Palmer for the last 10 gamings last season when he blanked pretty much in each of them, and I was patient and patient, and maybe I was wrong in that case. And again, at the moment, Palmer is not the same player as we expect in FPL. So for sure, if he's going to play like that in the next 2-3 gamings, if I don't see anything change, probably I'm going to look to get rid of Palmer. The same goes for Joao Pedro. Because he's just not going to get 90 minutes every gaming. For sure, he's not going to score from every chance like he was in the preseason. Thanks. I'll just sit on Watkins for a while, then probably we'll go for Isak if he signs for Liverpool, and then I'll do Joao Pedro to Strand Larsen and Watkins to Isak. So yeah, Luan, again, with your question, to switch Watkins to Ekitike, let's just go for, this is how my team is looking at the moment for next gaming. Now, if we look here, Watkins, I know that he blanked against Newcastle, but Aston Villa are going to play against Brentford away, which is a great fixture for them, and surely you just can't sell a player when he has such a nice fixture. Now, obviously, we saw how bad Brentford were against Nottingham Forest, and Nottingham Forest are not the best attack in the Premier League or something like that. And also, the conclusion here is that although Aston Villa didn't create a lot of chances or didn't score against Newcastle, that doesn't mean that Aston Villa are suddenly going to be a bad team this season. So yeah, I just think that they're going to be great, and yeah, I'm going to put my hope in Rodgers and Watkins to redeem themselves a little bit in Game Week 2. And also Aston Villa, don't forget, they have a really nice run of fixtures to go with them for a lot of time. You can't see it here, but if I look at the fixtures, you can see now. So Brentford is really nice. Crystal Palace, it's okay at home. Everton, Sunderland, Fulham, Burnley, Spurs. So until Game Week 8, I'm just probably not going to think too much about selling Watkins. Now it really depends also what's going to happen with Gyökeres, or if other players are going to emerge. But until Game Week 7, I don't want to miss Sunderland and Burnley for Watkins. So again, I'm not going to think too much about selling him. Would -4 for Haaland be a good option for Gaming 2? So Lucas, exactly what I said before. I don't think that's a good strategy. I don't think that making a transfer in Game Week 1 is a good strategy. Now, obviously, it depends how bad your team is looking for Game Week 2, but for most of us who prepared a lot for this season, your team probably will look almost the same as mine. And I just don't think that there is any reason for me to make a transfer in Game Week 1. Watkins can pull his weight in longer runs, always starts, almost never injured. Yeah, you're right, Halosvile. And yeah, Luan, your strategy looks fine. Just try to not book too many transfers in the future. That's just a random advice from me, because I can have a strategy of what I'm going to do. And don't get me wrong, it is really good to have a strategy to see where the fixture swings are going to happen for different teams and then just jump on those players. But again, just try to see what's going to happen, especially at the start of a new FPL season. It is really, we have one game week of data to research, and for me, if you ask me right now to make a wildcard draft, obviously I can try to do it, but it's not going to be that good of a wildcard draft like if I was to make it in game week 10 or something like that, if you know what I mean. So in game week 10 you're going to have 9 game weeks of research of data to see how players perform over more fixtures. So yeah, no problem, one. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Also, guys, leave a like if you enjoyed the stream and hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. I really appreciate it, and thanks a lot again. So to answer the question from Lucas, I would not do a -4 to get Haaland. I would not do a -4 to get any player, especially in Game Week 1, in Game Week 2. That's just how I play FPL. Obviously, you don't want to make too many rush decisions, because now Haaland obviously scored 2 goals, but that doesn't mean that he's going to score 2 goals every game week. And yeah, it feels a little bit weird to try to explain this, but I suppose that if you don't have someone like Haaland, you have a player like Mohamed Salah. And although his performance wasn't amazing against Bournemouth, he scored and he got 8 points. So it's not the worst start. Just imagine those players who gone without Haaland and without Salah. They have Bruno Fernandes, Wirtz, Marmoush, who didn't even start the game, and Palmer and Bukayo Saka. All these players blanked. So again, it's not, if you have Salah, it is a little bit okay because he scored at least. So yeah, not that bad. 54 points. Yeah, I got 55 points. So definitely, it's not amazing. It's not horrible. I'm something in the middle at the moment. But again, your rank is going to change a lot in the first game weeks of the season. And I'm going to show you in a minute some statistic. Watkins is a striker. Doesn't matter if they concede goals or not. As long as he scores, he gets the points. Yeah, of course. Had I said something like if Aston Villa concedes, Watkins is going to not get the points? Sorry, yeah, obviously, it doesn't really matter if Aston Villa are going to concede. Again, Watkins is a striker. If he's going to score, that's amazing. Now, I want to move a little bit to see. Also, let's talk a little bit about Game Week 1, because that was the plan. If we move here, I want to... Okay, so now let's see the best performance in Game Week 1, right? And let's talk a little bit about them as FPL options. Now again, Raya, a player who not a lot of people considered for Game Week 1. His ownership is, how much is it? 19%. Okay, so his ownership is a little bit more high than I would have expected it. Raya, Pope, Vicario, Sanchez. Now Sanchez is a really popular goalkeeper. He did really, really good with 8 points. Raya, again, Arsenal should have conceded against Manchester United. If you watch that game, Manchester United surprised me a little bit, and maybe a lot of us were surprised, but Manchester United played really good attacking wise, especially in the second half. Arsenal just got 1 goal and then they sit back. Obviously, they are the best defense in the Premier League, so they got the clean sheet, but not in every game Raya is going to get 10 points. Hi Ionuț Orzaru, thank you so much for joining the stream. Te salut și eu, mulțumesc mult că ai venit pe stream cu noi. No, I was talking about the fixtures and why I like Watkins too. Cunha was amazing. Yeah, Cunha, again, right now if you ask me between Cunha and Mbeumo, I think that Cunha is going to get more goal threat, more goals maybe than someone like Mbeumo. So at some point, again, the same with Manchester United. They played amazingly in Gameweek 1 against Arsenal, the best defense in the Premier League in the last 2 or 3 seasons. I'm just not going to just jump on them to sell someone like Wirtz to Bruno Fernandes or to someone like Mbeumo Cunha. And also, a lot of people were upset about picking Bruno Fernandes. I just want to say something here. I talked a lot about Bruno Fernandes. I talked also about him being a trap in FPL, and maybe that's not fair because I think that he's going to be consistent and he's going to get a lot of points this season, obviously. But I talked a lot about Bruno Fernandes, that he's going to play a more deeper role now that they signed Mbeumo, Sesko, Cunha, and I was right, at least against Arsenal. Obviously, he played really deep. Now, again, that doesn't mean that he's not going to get assists, that he's not going to go forward in some parts of the game. But what did you expect, guys? Bruno Fernandes, this is his new role. He's going to play more deeper. They have two number 10s, let's just say it like that, with Mbeumo and Cunha. So again, I think that the points are going to be spread alongside Manchester United assets. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes is still on penalties. He's still on set pieces, so he's still a decent FPL option. And now the fixtures are going to get better also for Manchester United. So yeah, Cunha is a mastermind. A lot of people loved him on Wolves. Imagine now. Yeah, I really like Cunha. Last season for Wolverhampton, I didn't really like his attitude. That was the only thing I didn't really enjoy about him. But again, as a footballer, he's amazing. He was great against Arsenal. As I said in the preseason, a lot of time, Mbeumo, Cunha, these players are going to improve Manchester United a lot, and we can see already some improvements. So again, at some point, I will be looking at some Manchester United players, but not in Gameweek 1, not right now for sure. I will not swap someone like Palmer, someone like Wirtz to someone like Mbeumo Cunha. That would be just knee-jerk, and I just don't think that's how you should react to this. So again, if you look at the defenders, the most scoring player I think for Gameweek 1 was Ballard from Sunderland. Now I'm really curious about transfers in. So transfer in 282,000 transfers in for Ballard. So for a Sunderland defender. Now again, I get that he scored the goal. He scored 17 points, but surely this is not the right decision to just stack up on defenders from Sunderland. So guys, again, yeah, I'm sure that not you on the stream, you're not buying someone like Ballard into your team, but again, I just think that it is a little bit of an overreacting and happens pretty much every year in FPL. So yeah, will you bench boosting next week with Sunderland versus Burnley? No, mainly because Mark Guyu probably is not going to get some minutes at the moment at least. So I think that I'm going to save my bench boost a little bit. Also, I don't really trust that much that Burnley defense. But again, if Guyu was starting, I knew 100% that Guyu was starting. I would think a little bit about bench boosting gaming too, but at the moment, no. I don't think that I'm going to use my bench boost. Hi Dennis, I only got 50 points. Hi Emery, thank you so much for joining the stream. Hassan, thank you so much for joining. 50 points is not that bad. I got 55 and I don't think that it is that bad. Again, would have I preferred to have more points? Obviously, I would have loved to have 80, 90 points or something like that in Gameweek 1, but overall, I'm happy with my decisions. So yeah. The hype with Ballard is just fear of missing out so many multi-accounts. Yeah, probably a lot of casuals playing the game. If you see obviously a player who scores 17 points, you just might think that he's going to be amazing or something like that. So I understand why a lot of people are buying them. Buying Ballard is not a good idea. Now, yeah, I don't really need to explain too much that with you guys because obviously you're not buying Ballard. Now, if we look here at the moment, a lot of these defenders who scored a lot of points in Game Week 1 are not going to be suddenly on my radar or something like that. So Calafiori, again, 13 points. Lewis, 11 points. After I had Lewis last season for Manchester City, I just don't think that I'm going to have him this season. So again, with Manchester City, it's a different story. Obviously, they're going to rotate a lot, and you just don't know when they're going to start. Guardiola is going to be back at some point. Saliba, 9 points. Champong from Chelsea, again, another player who I'm not really interested. Mitchell, Goodmanson, really nice for anyone who gone with him. Obviously, I'm not sure how many people started him, him being a 4 million defender, but 9 points, great. Ainury, again, looked decent. He got a lot of defensive contributions. Ainury, that's one thing I was a little bit surprised. So he is definitely one to look in the future. Again, other than that, maybe someone like Cucurella, again, a really nice pick. Someone like Lacroix, I was really close on having him in my Game Week 1. Obviously, I swapped him to Richards, but again, I was never going to play him also Lacroix in Game Week 1 against Chelsea, but we know that he's a defensive contribution monster, and I think that that's going to keep up also this season. Hi Jabati, thank you so much for joining. Do you think I should transfer out Konsa? Would have to play Diouf Van de Ven? If you have, I would just play Diouf for Van de Ven, to be honest with you, because the fixtures for Konsa are going to be better. He's just going to miss one gaming, I think, so I don't think that he's worth to sell. Now again, it is really depends on your opinion, obviously. But I would not sell Konsa for one gaming. If that means you need to play Van de Ven or Diouf, I don't think that's the end of the world. So I would just keep him. Yeah, I know the fixtures for them. I would just keep Konsa. Don't transfer Konsa. Hi FN, thank you so much for joining. 18 people. Thank you so much, guys. Leave a like if you enjoy this stream. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully you're having a nice evening. I had Goodmanson for my Game Week 1. Great for 4 million, my goat. Congrats, FN. So did you play Goodmanson in your starting 11 or you played your bench boost? I'm really curious right now. Because usually if I had a 4 million defender into my team going into Game Week 1, probably I would not play him. That's why I'm asking. Now let's see the midfielders a little bit. Semenyo again. It is different conversation, guys. With Semenyo, again, maybe a little bit knee-jerk, but he scored 2 goals against Liverpool, and I think that he's going to be a decent option going forward. Now, would have I sell someone like Rodgers to Semenyo right now? No, because the fixtures are good also for Rodgers, are better for Rodgers than for someone like Semenyo. So again, I would just wait a little bit to see what's going to happen. Again, if you bought Semenyo, I just uploaded a video with 3 players I would buy for Game Week 2 if you really want to make a transfer. That's Ryan Deers from Manchester City, Semenyo, and Strand Larsen from Wolverhampton. These 3 players I would buy if you really want to do that, but in the most case scenarios I would not buy them. Again, Semenyo, I think that is going to be decent. He's that type of player who is missing a lot of chances, and he's getting a lot of chances, obviously. Maybe someone like Sarr or something like that. But again, Bournemouth, we saw them playing against Liverpool. They are still going to be a great team, like I expected them to be. I know that they lost almost all their defense, but their attack is just great, and they're going to score a lot of goals. If you look here at O'Reilly, who scored 10 points, again, at some point maybe he's going to be an option, but with these fixtures, I'm not sure if you can see them, but Everton, City, Bournemouth, Spurs, Chelsea, Wolverhampton is okay, Newcastle, Man United, he's not going to be on my watch list for Game Week 1, for Game Week 2, for Game Week 3. So again, Ryan Deers, we talked a lot about Ryan Deers. He's a great option if you really want to buy him. I think that he's a decent buy. But again, if you have decent players, I would just wait 1, 2, 3 game weeks maybe and then buy him after that. Kudus, congrats to anyone who gone there. He got 2 assists I think against Burnley, so yeah, looking great at that price. Ndoye, again, another player. Stack also was an interesting one. A 5 million defender. He got a lot of defensive contributions, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, he got 13 defensive contributions against Everton. So he scored 8 points, also with that 1 point for the clean sheet. So yeah, really nice. And also, if you look here, the best scoring midfielders, Mohamed Salah is here on the list. And now a lot of people are worried about having Salah and not Haaland. So yeah, I think that's a little bit overreacting. I played him in my first 11. I didn't rate Everton. I got Haaland, Palmer, Saka, and Salah in my team, so he was a nice find. Yeah, congrats. Really nice. But surely, again, Leeds played really nice, really good against Everton in the first game week of the season. I was a little bit impressed. Let's see how they're going to do against tougher oppositions. And now, if we move a little bit, I went with Brennan Johnson instead of Kudus. Yeah, a little bit unlucky. I'm not even sure if Brennan Johnson started the game. I may be blind, but I don't see. Okay, so he started 79 minutes, obviously. So yeah, again, I think that Spurs are just going to buy Eze now. So we need to see what's going to happen. Maybe they are going to rotate a little bit in the future. Eze is going to look like a nice option at some point. I'm sure about that. If we look at the strikers, again, the top scoring strikers, Haaland again, 13 points. If you've gone with Haaland, congrats. That's amazing. You have now Haaland. Maybe he's going to get also price rise at some point, and you have him for some really decent fixtures. Now again, as I said, for Manchester City, they had their easiest game in Game Week 1. Now they're going to play against Spurs, Brighton, United, and Arsenal. So not the easiest fixtures, let me just say that. Another example of a player you should not overreact too much, Richarlison, 13 points in Game Week 1. I'm sure that a lot of people just bought him, but Solanke is going to be back at some point, and I'm just not sure if Richarlison is going to play after that's going to happen. We talked about Ekitike, really nice. If you got him, amazing. The next 2 fixtures are not that easy. And Wood, again, maybe a player I overlooked a little bit in the preseason. I mean, not in the preseason, because he was really bad in the preseason. Nottingham Forest were really bad in the preseason. I think that they scored 1 or 2 goals in 6 or 5 games, something like that. Now again, they played against Brentford, who were horrible defensively, so I understand. Again, not a lot to say about Chris Wood. Yeah, a player with decent fixtures. Maybe I should have thought a little bit more about him as an FPL option instead of just going for João Pedro. But I'm just not expecting Chris Wood to score 2 goals every game. Surely that's not going to happen. Ben Doak, 5 millions. Isn't he 5.5? 5 million. So yeah, again, as I said, for a lot of players, just wait a little bit to see. Let's see first if Doak is going to be a starter for Bournemouth, because as you may know, I'm a Liverpool fan. I really rate Ben Doak as a player, and I think that he's going to be a starter at some point for Bournemouth, but at the moment it's not the case. They have Otara still. Now probably he's going to transfer out. They have Cliver, they have Semenyo, they have Evan Nilsson, they have Tavernier, they have Brooks, they have a lot of players. Let's see where Doak is going to play, and at 5 millions, if he's going to be a starter for Bournemouth, yeah, he's going to be a great one. But let's just wait a little bit. Now also what I want to show you, if I can find it, on Twitter, because a lot of people are panicking at the moment, and I really understand why. If we go to my profile, I think that I reposted something here. I saw that for from FPL Plus. So here, so as I said before, every year you see managers panicking after Gameweek 1, saying things like I'm rank 1 million plus, season over, but it is actually the case. Now in this graph you're going to see this is looking at the elite 1000 finishes in the last seasons. Obviously early ranks are all over the place, so it is not something it is not that you picked a really bad team for Gameweek 1. In the early uh, stages of the FPL, your rank is going to fluctuate a lot. As you can see here on this graph, around Gameweek 15, the chaos starts to settle. By then, ranks are usually begin to stabilize and the overall trajectory for the season becomes clear. Being inside, from the data, being inside 500k by Gameweek 15, it is decent. Then you can still get a good rank if you're inside 500k. Looks like a solid position to push towards a strong finish. Before that, even a bad start isn't terminal. There is still plenty of ground to make up, and yeah, I can't. Sorry about that. Now, as you can see here, from Gameweek 1 to Gameweek 8, 10, 12, a lot of elite managers who finished really good in the previous seasons were ranked at 2 million, 3 millions. Again, I would say by Gameweek 10, if you are inside 1 million or something like that, you can still have a great season in FPL. So don't panic too much about that, guys, early into the season, because a lot of things are going to change. Now, again, as I said before, now that we have two sets of chips, a lot of people are just going to play their chips in Gameweek 1, Gameweek 2, Gameweek 3, Gameweek 4. So it's going to be tough for us who are not playing a lot of chips to keep up. So obviously those players are going to go. A lot of people also are going to not play the game anymore, let's be honest, at some point. So yeah, but the point here is that if you're inside 500k by Gameweek 10, Gameweek 15, that's amazing, and there's still a lot of time to do that. Especially don't worry too much about Gameweek 1, I would say, because in Gameweek 1 there is 10 points. It is a huge difference right now, because I have 55 points in Gameweek 1. Probably thousands of other managers have 55 points, so I'm on the same place as them, if that makes sense. Hi Lawrence Corcoran, thank you so much for joining the stream, really appreciate it. Dog plays right winger, same as Semenyo. Yeah, I know that he usually plays right winger. Now, again, I'm not sure if he can play a left wing or something like that, or maybe Semenyo can. Semenyo for sure. I think that he can play also on the left wing. We need to see. We need to see first if he's going to be a starter for Bournemouth, and then we're going to worry how we're going to get him into our teams. He's just 5 millions. It's going to be really easy for us to buy him. Hi Ognian Yanev, do you think Malen will play or manager will use him only like a change? Now, I talked a lot about Malen being a little bit of a risky pick before the season started. Again, they have also Girassi, I think it's named the latest striker they transfer in Aston Villa. I think that Malen, I'm not sure if he's going to be a starter for a lot of fixtures. Now, if you ask me if he's going to start in Gameweek 2, yeah, that's possibly, because Aston Villa were not that great in Gameweek 1. So I suspect that there is a big chance Malen is going to start Gameweek 2, but I'm just not sure if he's going to be a starter consistently for Aston Villa, and that's the only thing I'm worrying about Malen. So yeah. If you have any other question, guys, about this gaming, I just posted a video, so make sure you watch that if you have the time. Let me know if you enjoy, if you want this stream to be a weekly basis. So as I said before, if there is a game of football on Monday, I think that it is nice to make a stream on Tuesday to see what happened in that previous gaming, obviously, and to try to see what we're going to do for the next one. So again, if you enjoy this type of stream, please let me know, and yeah, maybe we're going to do that as a basis. Also, I forgot what I wanted to say. So this is my team at the moment for the next game week. I'm going to upload probably tomorrow my team selection because not a lot of things are going to change. Um, at the moment, my only debate is in defense because I'm going to start João Pedro, Watkins, Salah, Reinders, Palmer, Wirtz, Rogers. I'm not going to do probably any transfer going to Game Week 2. My captain is going to be Mohamed Salah or Palmer, but yeah, at the moment probably is going to be Mohamed Salah. Milenkovic and Richards, these two defenders I want to play. I want them to be starters for me in Game Week 2 because again, although they play against each other, I think that both teams are great defenses and I can easily see this game ending 0-0, and also both of them are decent for defensive contributions. My only dilemma here is if I want to bench Pedro Porro for Esteve. Yeah, at the moment I'm not sure. I just benched him at the moment because I think that Spurs are going to concede against Manchester City, and starting a defender, you know, pretty much is going to concede. It's not that great. I know that obviously Pedro Porro is going to play a more advanced role against Manchester City. Probably Spurs are going to play a 3-5-2 formation, so he's going to be a right a right a right winger, and yeah, he's still on set pieces. I expect him to get some attacking returns maybe, but again, and also I don't trust Burnley defense that much. That's why I don't play also Dubravka. I don't think that I'm going to double up. I think that Sanchez has a perfectly good fixture against West Ham. Chelsea are a good defense. I'm expecting them to keep a lot of clean sheets. So I think that I'm going to spread the risk a little bit by playing Sanchez here. So in that case, also what I can do is to play Dubravka instead of Sanchez and play Pedro Porro instead of Esteve. But I want to have some coverage from the Chelsea defense. That's the only problem here. So yeah, please let me know what dilemmas do you have. With whom he will change Malen? Thanks. If you're asking me with what player would I change Malen, I think that I would give him one more gaming maybe before thinking about selling him from your team. But again, I really need to see all your team to see if you have other good options on your bench. Again, at the moment, Reinders is a player a lot of people are buying, and obviously for good reasons. Now, if we look at Malen, he's 5.5, so you don't have the money to, sadly, you don't have the money at the moment to buy someone like Reinders. If you didn't make the transfer early yesterday, yeah, you could sell Malen to someone like Anderson if you want. He's still 5.5 millions, but I just don't think that I think that I would give him one more game week, to be honest, because the fixture is great against Brentford, but it really depends what type of FPL manager you are. If you really want to make a transfer, I would sell Malen to Anderson. Anderson from Nottingham Forest, he's the same price, so you can do that. Sorry guys if you heard that. 16 people. Thank you so much guys again for joining this stream this late. Really appreciated. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. You know the drill. But yeah, I'm going to stay here to see if anyone has any more questions. But then so, FN, thank you so much also for joining the stream. I'm not sure if you were here on other streams. Sorry if I don't remember you, but thanks again for joining. Saka, the best captain. I just uploaded a video about the best captaincy options for Gaming 2. Now, again, Saka didn't really play amazingly against Manchester United. If you have someone like Bukayo Saka, I would be really tempted to captain him. Now, a lot of people don't own him, so that's why you're not going to see a lot of people captaining Saka. The fixture is the best, for sure. Leeds at home, at the Emirates. Yeah, I think that I would captain Bukayo Saka if I had him into my team. If you want to captain Haaland, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to go a little bit different, Saka, I think that is one of the best captaincy options, if not the best, considering the fixture. Hi Max Edix, thank you so much for joining the stream, really appreciated. Semenyo, Salah or Haaland captain? Now you have really nice captaincy options. To be honest, again, Semenyo scored 2 goals. I'm not sure if I would captain someone like Semenyo, to be honest with you. I know that he's a great player and he's going to play against Wolverhampton, which is a nice fixture at home also. But I would try to captain someone like Salah or Haaland into your case. I just uploaded the video and also I have that debate. I talked about this debate in the first part of the video. If you want to check it, obviously, not a problem. I'm going to try to explain also this on stream. Again, if I had someone like Haaland, probably I would just captain him. Now it's weird for me to give my opinion because I have just Salah into my team, so I don't really know exactly how I would do if I had both of them, but I'm pretty sure I would captain Haaland because his ownership is not that high as for someone like Mohamed Salah, and I just think that it is a nice opportunity to uh, gain some rank also at these early stages. Again, also I think that the fixture for Liverpool is a little bit tougher against Newcastle away. It's not going to be easy for City to break Spurs like they played against Wolverhampton, obviously, but at least it's at home. The fixture is a little bit better. Haaland is playing really good at home usually in the start of the season, in the early fixtures. I think that all of these points towards Haaland being a better captaincy options than Mohamed Salah. If I think that logically, now can it happen for Mohamed Salah to score 2 goals against Newcastle away? Yeah, for sure. That could happen. Liverpool could get some penalties. He could score them. So yeah, it is not an easy decision. I think that both of them are great captaincy options. But if I had Haaland into my team, I think that I would captain him. That's just my opinion. Hopefully that helps a little bit. I talk a little bit more in details in my video. If you wanna check it, I just uploaded it 1 hour before. So yeah. I'm just going to stay here for 5 minutes to see if anyone has more questions. I'm going to answer them, but then we're going to call it a night. And yeah, thanks a lot for joining the stream, guys. Really appreciate it. The next one is going to be on the Friday, so make sure you join if you want to join me. If you want to have a chat about FPL, about what's going to happen for Gameweek 2. Now, yeah, the main idea for this stream, if anyone is going to watch this stream after it's going to be uploaded as a video, try to not panic too much, guys. It's just Gameweek 1 of Fantasy Premier League. A lot of things are going to change, trust me, in the next 2, 3, 4 game weeks. And again, I'm not an expert or something like that. I can't predict the future, but I'm sure a lot of things are going to change. A lot of players who scored a lot of points in Game Week 1 are not going to deliver the same amount in Game Week 2, the same in Game Week 3, and other players are going to emerge as good options in the next few weeks. Worth taking, Weirds out for Semenyo. Hi Thomas Otto, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate, and really good to see you also. And good evening, by the way. Firstly, if you're talking about Wirtz or Wirtz, how a lot of content creators are pronouncing his name, I don't think that you should sell him. It's just Game Week 1. I know he didn't play amazingly against Bournemouth. I have him into my team also. Again, if you really want to make a transfer for Game Week 2, I think that Semenyo is one of those players who is a really nice option to buy because the fixtures are better now. He scored 2 goals against Liverpool. If you ask me right now, obviously the fixture for Semenyo is better than for someone like Wirtz. But again, if I was in your place, I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to sell Wirtz. I'm going to give him more games to prove himself. And to be honest with you, I know that he blanked, but for 1 second, I didn't even think about selling him because it is too early to draw the conclusion. It is simple to just say that Wirtz, yeah, everybody just bought him. Everybody was wrong about him, and he's just going to be a really bad FPL option this season. And I just don't think that's going to be the case, judging from one gaming, obviously from one game. So again, I'm going to give it more time. If you really want to make a transfer, Reinders, Semenyo, Strand Larsen, these three players I think that are decent buys for Gaming 2. I just uploaded a video about this topic. So yeah, if you really want to make that transfer, you can do it. That's going to free up some funds, but obviously you're not going to be able to spread them because you don't want to take a -4, right, for Gaming 2. I got 35 points from Gameweek 1, so would you captain Semenyo as a differential? I could captain Haaland or Salah, but I need to catch up, or do you think don't take the risk as it's still early? Okay, thanks mate, have the others too. Congrats. I'm really envy about not having Strand Larsen, to be honest with you. I'm a little bit frustrating about that because he was into my draft and I changed him to Joao Pedro, and now again this is Gameweek 1 reaction, and for you max edits, again, it really depends what you're playing for. If you're playing in a mini league or over rank, it really depends and change situations a little bit. Now that you got 35 points, you just need to not feel that pressure to catch up, because I think that's not a good reaction. I think that it's not going to be okay for your judging. You just need to think which players are going to score more, the most points. What has gone has gone. Ekitike scored 11 points. That's gone. Just don't try to chase points. Semenyo scored 2 goals against Liverpool. Try to forget that, because in Gaming 2 he might not score a goal. So again, I know it is difficult a little bit in some ways to do that, because you think that a lot of people have 60 points and you need to catch up, and then you're going to be forced to make some differential decisions, and I don't think that's the best way to play the game, honestly. If you think that Salah is going to score more points than Semenyo, or if you think that Haaland is going to score more points than Semenyo, just captain Haaland. That would be my advice for you, but again, that's just my opinion. So yeah, because if you're not going to captain Haaland, for an example, if you have him, let's just say that maybe he's going to score a hat-trick, okay? Totally possible against Spurs. You're going to captain Semenyo. Maybe he's going to get a yellow card and he's going to get an assist. So let's say he's going to get 4 points. Then you're going to be much more behind the crowd. So again, try to think your strategies without feeling that sentiment of being forced to do the catch up. No problem. I mean, I'm not an expert or something like that. I play FPL for a lot of years, and I'm a patient person in general, so maybe that helps a little bit. So again, this is my advice. This is how I would play the game. For an example, I would wanted to have 80 points or something like that, but now I'm not just going to captain Watkins to try to catch up, if that makes sense. I'm still going to captain maybe Mohamed Salah. I'm still going to be boring for the first gamings of the season at least. I'm going to captain the player who I think has the most routes to points, or who has the potential to haul. And also you need to take also into consideration the ownership when you're making these decisions. Now again, right now, if you have someone like Bukayo Saka, for an example, he would be a great captaincy option if you want to go a little bit different, and I would feel a little bit more safe than captaining someone like Semenyo. That's just me, maybe. So yeah. Okay guys, I think that I'm going to leave it here for today. Thank you so much, 16 people on this live stream midweek. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm going to see you. My next live is going to be on Friday, but until that, I'm going to post some videos, my team selection, maybe a wildcard, maybe a free team if some people are going to ask for it. Thanks a lot for joining again. If you don't have any more questions, I'm just going to leave it here. So yeah, leave a like on your way out, subscribe if you're new around here, and yeah, I wish you a good evening. And yeah, thanks a lot for. Okay, Raul, so you just joined the stream. Sadly, I was just going. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. It was a little bit rushed, this stream, so yeah. If you guys want for me to make this a daily basis, that's what I talked a little bit on this stream. No problem for joining late. I'm going to stay here 2 minutes more because you joined, so no problem about that. If you get just 2 more points above average, you'll catch up on most players in no time. Yeah, for sure. And you're going to get a lot of good scores this season. Don't worry, guys. I'm 4 million at the moment. I'm not sure how often I started the season with such a bad overall rank, but again, the team, the decisions, I'm fine with them, with most of them at least. So yeah, I'm not going to panic too much. I'm not going to make a transfer probably. So yeah, what we talked about this stream, if you want to watch it, obviously after it's going to be not live. I want to try to make it a weekly basis after the game week is going to be finished. Maybe to make a stream on Tuesday or Wednesday to see what happened in that game week and try to preview a little bit our plans for the next game week. So yeah, if you guys enjoy this type of stream, please let me know, and maybe we're going to do that every week if I have the time for 1 hour, something like that. Saving transfer is what we have learned. Yeah, pretty much that's what we talked this stream. We took a look about the onto the most scoring players for game week 1, and we discussed I gave my opinion at least on which players are not really a consideration for me. Someone like Ballard, for an example, is transferred in by almost 300,000 peoples, and I just think that's not a good idea to transfer Sunderland defenders. But again, it is game week 1. I understand the reaction. Yeah, a lot of the players who scored a lot of points in game week 1 are not going to do that good in game week 2. A lot of things are going to change in the next few game weeks, so I just think that we need to be patient a little bit. And yeah, see what's going to happen. Again, as Raul said, I think that this season is going to be important to try to save transfers. And last season, to be honest with you, when I finished 4K, which was my best ever FPL finished, I didn't have 4 or 5 free transfers, to be honest with you. So yeah, it worked for me last season. Now again, this season I'm going to be more patient. I'm going to try to make some again, I talked about my team. Some players I'm not really excited to own at the moment are Palmer, João Pedro, maybe someone like Aaron Bissaka, and maybe Mark Guyu, because it doesn't look, it's not looking like he's going to get a lot of minutes in the next few games. So I will need to delay my bench boost probably. But other than that, I'm happy to keep. Also, I'm happy to keep Palmer. I'm happy to keep João Pedro against West Ham. That's not a big problem. It's an easy decision for me. And yeah. Thanks a lot, Raul, also for joining. Sorry I have to end the stream, but we're streaming for about 1 hour. But yeah, again, we're going to see each other again on Friday on my deadline stream. And also I'm going to upload some videos this week. So yeah, guys, if you want, check the videos. It really means a lot, and it really helps me if you watch also the videos. Obviously, if you find them useful, again, you can skip to the parts you want, not a problem. But I think that I'm going to leave it here for today. And yeah, I'm going to see you on Friday. I'm going to try to be 2 hours before the deadline, but on Friday I'm going to work, so I need to see how fast I'm going to arrive from work and then just start the stream for Gaming 2. Great stream, thanks for the insight. Hi Dexter, thank you so much for joining. We're just leaving, but I'm going to answer your question. Konsa replacement already have Van de Ven, Dorgu, Reinildo, Arwan Bissaka, no extra money. Later. Thank you so much, Hashir Akhtar, for joining the stream, and also thanks again for your donation on Friday. It really means a lot. I wish I have an opportunity to. Well, obviously, I know that you don't really need any recognition or something like that, but if I have the possibility, I will try to work away to show all the people who donated to this channel, because there are a few, and I really appreciate it, and it really means a lot, and it really helps me going. Obviously, you don't really need to do that. All my content is free, all my advices are free of charge, but it is really appreciated. And yeah, I hope that you have a really nice good evening. Now with Dexter, you have Van de Ven, Dorgu, Reinildo, Arwan Bissaka. So you have you're going to play Reinildo, right? You're going to play Dorgu. To be honest with you, Dexter, I would save the transfer. I would not sell Konsa, because I think that he's going to miss just one gaming, and the fixtures for Aston Villa are decent in the long run, at least until gaming 10 or something like that. They're going to play against Burnley, against Sunderland, so Konsa would be a really nice option for you in the next few gamings. I know that it is really frustrating that he got that red card, obviously, but I would just play someone like Arman Bissaka or Van de Ven, to be honest with you, and bench Konsa for Gaming 2. That's what I would do. Now, if you really want to buy a defender for 4.5 millions, someone like Truffert from Bournemouth looked great if you're looking for a defensive defender. Someone like Richards, as you can see, I have in my team, it's a really nice 4.5 million defender. Someone like Anderson from Fulham, someone like Senesi, if you want to go for Bournemouth, he's great also for defensive contribution. So these were the players I would look to buy, but again, I would just roll the transfer and bench Konsa for one game. Then the fixtures are really good for Aston Villa. Please make preview and review videos before and after gaming if possible. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to do that. Now, I'm not sure if you're meaning about this live stream. Yeah, so I need to think a little bit to see what I can do. Maybe you're talking about a preview for Gaming 2. Now, again, in that video, I be supposed to talk about pretty much everything. I'm not really sure about what should I talk, because I'm making at the moment what I try to do is to make top transfer targets, the best players to buy for each gaming, captaincy options, the best captaincy options for each gaming. My team selection video obviously is going to be up, so I have 3 videos who are going to be uploading every gaming. Again, a preview, maybe to talk about the fixtures in those gamings. Maybe that would be a good idea of a video, but yeah, let me know in the comments of my videos everywhere if you want, if you have any ideas and any good advice, what content you want to see, because obviously I want to make content it is useful for you. Not talking about deadline stream. Yeah, okay, I understood that. Done. Say transfer thoughts on MJ. Will you give him one more gaming on Reinders in? 1 second. So Everton are going to play against. I forgot. Against Brighton at home. So again, I would keep Njay. I don't think, if you have players like Njay, Rogers, Sar, again, I would just keep them. I would not sell them for Reinders, but that's just my opinion. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to think about what you said, guys. If you have any other advice for me, what would you like to see on this channel? Obviously, leave a comment on my videos, because these comments on the stream, I'm not going to be able to receive them after the stream is going to end. So that would be really much appreciated. And yeah, please let me know what content do you really want to see, because I try to make, obviously, videos who are useful for you, like the best captaincy option for every game week, the best players to buy. I'm not sure if I need to make players, maybe players to sell, but again, the players to sell are pretty much a given, maybe. So yeah, maybe not that interesting for a lot of people. So again, I'm going to leave it here. This stream was longer than I supposed it to be. Thanks a lot also for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm talking about review and not deadline stream. Yeah, I got the idea, Raul. Thanks a lot for your insight, for your not opinion. I miss the word. I miss the right word right now. Thanks a lot for your suggestion. Yeah. So thanks a lot for your suggestion, and I'm going to think about it maybe from next week. And yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate when I get suggestions of what content would you enjoy, because yeah, obviously I want to do something meaningful. And yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Thanks a lot, guys. I hope that you're going to have a really nice evening, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye.